Okay, great. So here, right, this part. Good evening, everyone. So, guys, hope everyone is doing good, right? So, hello, Yash. Hello, Kalyan. Hello, everyone. So, guys, today we will see about that prototype that we have left in the yesterday session, that public static void main. Okay, and after that we will see the use of variables, how to declare a variable, what happen when you declare a variable, right? So all these things we will see in this session. Okay, everyone. So shall we start a session? Please write in the chat. Okay, great. So good evening all. Good evening all. Good evening, Shubham, Neha, Salik. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello. So let's start our session. Okay. Without wasting our time, let's start a session. So, guys, okay, let me share my. Okay, my screen is already shared, right? So here, yesterday we saw this program, right? Okay, we have created a program on the Notepad editor, right? And this is our program. This one. Okay, great. This one. This program we saw in the yesterday session, right? That is, we have created a class. Why we have created a class? Because we know Java is an object-oriented programming language, right? So we have to use class and object, right? So we are creating a class here, and the name of the class is first curly bracket inside this. This is the prototype that we are using. And yesterday we are discussing ki, hey, this is the entry point of the execution of the Java program. Okay, this prototype, this function is the entry point. Okay, after that we are printing hello world on the output screen, and after that we are using the keyword return to move out of the function. Okay, everyone. So here let's discuss this keyword, that is public static void main. Okay, so here I have taken one screenshot. Let's see this screenshot, this one. Okay, so here you are saying ki what is public here? To call by JVM from anywhere. Okay, let's see this part. So you are saying ki hey, inside the C folder, inside the C drive, right, you have the program files. Inside the program files you have the Java, and inside the Java you are saying ki, hey, I have the JDK folder that I have installed, right? And we saw what functionality JDK provides. JDK is what? Java Development Kit, right? And JDK provides the environment to develop and run Java application. And inside JDK we have JRE, and inside JRE we have JVM, right? So we need to install JDK in order to run our Java program, right? And we saw this JDK is installed where? Inside the C drive, program files, Java folder, right? So you are saying here, I have created a program in the Notepad, right? Let's open the Paint also here. Okay, this one, and this one here, copy this one, paste. Yeah, give me 1 minute here, guys. So copy image from here and paste this one. Okay, so here we are saying ki hey, we have JVM in the JDK folder, right? And this is my source code that I have written on the notepad, right? That I have written on the notepad. So what happens? The moment you hit on the run button, you have the source code that is compiled by the Java C compiler, and you get the bytecode. That is your .class file. Okay, and that .class file is is interpreted by your JVM, right? Is interpreted by your JVM, and JVM converts your bytecode to machine level language code, and that machine level language code is run by the system, and you get the output on the output screen, right? So here you are saying here the first keyword is what? Public. Public means, public here means ki hey, from where you want to access the main function. It defines from where you want to access the main function. Since JVM is what? JVM is a software, and inside this JVM software we have this prototype written, that is public static void main. Okay, the moment you run the program, JVM JVM will run. Okay, JVM is what? Our software, and inside this JVM we have this public static void main. Okay, the moment this prototype will execute, you will be directed to this point, and from here your execution will start. Okay, and I know I want to access this method from anywhere. Okay, I want to access this method from anywhere. That's why I am making my method as public. Okay, so that it can be accessible from anywhere from the system. Okay everyone, that's why we are using public here. After that you are saying ki, hey, what is static then? What is static then? Okay, so here you are saying ki, hey, I know class is a blueprint that defines the properties and functionality of an object, and in order to use those properties and those functionality, we need an object, right? We need an object. So here you are saying ki, hey, what happen if I want to access the functionality without creating the object? Okay, I have to access the functionality without creating the object. Okay, without creating the object here. So when you want such kind of behavior, that is you want to access the functionality, you want to access the member function without creating the object, then you have to make that property, then you have to make that member function as static. Okay, static keyword give us the facility to access the data member and member function without creating the object, right? And what is a function then? What is a function then? We will come to this part. Okay, we will see in detail what is a function in the upcoming session, but here the gist of function is what? Function is something that perform a particular task and give me some result. Okay, that perform a particular task and give me some result. Okay, so the first keyword is what? Public. Public is giving us the facility to use the main function from anywhere from our system, and I know JVM is installed in the C drive, right? And from the JVM I called this public static void main function. Okay, I want to call the main function from the JVM, I want to call the main function from anywhere from my system. That's why I have made the main function as public. I want to call the main function without creating the object. That's why I am using the keyword static. Okay, okay everyone. After that, sir, screen is not clearly visible. Okay, can you please increase your quality here? Use the static keyword to access the function, right? So here you are saying ki, hey, functionality without creating the object, you have to use static keyword. Okay, since you are saying ki, hey, again I'm telling you about the static keyword, why we are using the static keyword. We are saying ki, hey, we have a class. To access the data member and member function of a class, we have to create an object. Okay, what if I don't have to create an object and I have to access the data member and member function of a class? Okay, I don't have to create the object, and at that time I have to make the member function and my data member as static. If I am making the member function as data member as static, I can access those member function and those data member without creating the object. Okay everyone, this is static. Void means this is what? This is your function. Okay, functions do what? Perform a particular task and give us some result. And here you are saying ki, hey, since my main function will not return anything, that's why I am using the return type as void here. If your function is returning integer value, then you have to use the return type as int. If it is returning the character value, you have to use the return type as char. Similarly, for some decimal value, you have to use the return type as float or double, right? Okay, it depends on the use case. Here you are saying ki, hey, I have the main function, this main function is called by the JVM, and this JVM doesn't want anything from the main function. It doesn't want any output from the main function. Okay, that's why here I am using the return type as void. Void means this main function will return nothing. So here you can see I am returning nothing from here. Yes, everyone. After that, main is what? Main is the identifier. Main is the name of the function. Okay. Here, main is what? The name of the function. Okay. After that, in the round bracket, we have string args. Okay. In the round bracket, I have something, and that something is called parameter. And that something is called parameter. Here, I have a parameter that is string args bracket. And here what we are doing, we are creating an array of string type, and this parameter is called command line arguments. Okay, this parameter is called command line argument inside the main function, right? Arguments here. Okay, no, static is not similar to constant. Okay, Gaurav, sorry, Gajan, none, right? Yeah, so everyone is clear. Public, I want to access the main function from anywhere from my system. I have to make the main function as public. Okay, static, I want to call the main function without creating the object, and in order to call the main function without creating the object, I have to make the main function as static. Void, I don't want to return anything from the main function, that's why I'm using the return type as void. Main means the name of the function. String args bracket means command line argument. We will talk about the command line argument, but till this point, anyone has any doubt, please write in the chat anything you want to ask. And uh, there are lot of points in the static keyword, but here we are just discussing about the one functionality of static keyword. Okay, so let's talk about the command line argument here. Okay, let's see what is command line argument here. Okay, so here in the yesterday session we have created this program. Okay, let's try to print this args also. Okay, this args is what? An array of string, right? String data. Okay, let's try to print this one, and let's try to see this one. Okay, here system.out.println, and here you are saying again print, and here since this is an array, if you want to access the data from any data structure, if you want to access the data from any variable, you don't have to use double quotes. Okay, you just have to use double quotes when you are printing English sentence on the output screen. And here I am saying ki, hey, args 0 here. Okay, I want to print the element that is at 0 index in this array string args, and this string args is what? Command line argument. Okay, let's see what is command line argument then. Okay, so here I have saved my program, and after that, okay, yeah, we will come to this point. Argument args can change. Yes, so here what we have done, we have saved the program, and after saving the program, we have to go to the folder where we have saved the program, that is in the Java Bootcamp folder. I have saved this program. Okay, after that I have to right click on the space here, open in terminal, and here what I have to do, I have to first compile the source code, right? So in order to compile the source code, I have to use Java C compiler, and after that the name of the file, that is first.java here, right? And the moment I will hit on the run button, your source code is compiled, and you can see you got the byte code, right? You got the byte code, that is your dot class file. After that you are saying ki, hey, I have to run the byte code on the JVM. Okay, so you are saying ki Java first. Okay, the moment you will write this Java first, and after that you can see what I have done here. I am printing the command line argument. So here this is command line argument. Whatever you will write after Java first, that thing will be your command line argument. So here I am saying ki, hey, let's upgrade. Okay, let's upgrade. So here in the zero index of the array, let's upgrade will be stored. Okay, let's try to hit on the enter button. Here you can see first what you are getting let's upgrade printed on the output screen, and after that you are getting hello world printed on the output screen. Why? Because here you can see you have used the function system.out.println argument 0, right? And this argument 0 will store the first word after Java first. Okay, the first word after Java first, that is let's upgrade, it is storing inside the array. Everyone is getting the point? What is command line argument? Okay. Yeah, Ganjan. If we make any method as static, then we don't need to make object of a class. Okay, it is true, right? Yeah, argument can be empty here. So here you can see the argument is empty, right? Here I am printing the value at the zero index. That's why I am writing here let's upgrade, right? The first line, right? And if I don't want to print anything here, if I don't want to print the command line argument, then there is no need to write anything. Okay, there is no need to write anything here. You can see here I have removed the system.out.println argument 0, and you can see what I have to do. First I have to compile the code. After that I have to run the code, that is Java first here, right? And here you can see I'm getting the hello world. I'm not passing any argument here, right? What is let's upgrade? How do you print it? Okay, yes, argument can be print. Yeah, so here you can see again I'm telling you, you are saying ki, hey, this is what, this is your argument of string array, right? So what is array then? Array is a collection of contiguous memory allocation that is stored in your computer memory. Okay, that is stored into your computer memory. So you can visualize your array like this. Here new, don't save here, like this. Okay, this is your array. Okay, this is your computer memory here. This is your computer memory. Inside this computer memory you have one array like this. Okay, one array like this, and here, okay, this one like this, and the indexing start from 0. Okay, we will not go deep into the array part here. Okay, but I am giving you the gist part, right? 2, 3, 4 and 5 here. Okay, like this you have an array and your indexing start from 0. After that what you are doing, you are saying ki, hey, this one right here, you are saying ki I have to print the element, print the command line at 0 index. Okay, so here what you are doing, system.out.println, and here you are writing args ka 0. Okay, args ka 0. So here you are saying ki, hey, please give me the element, please give me the data that is present at 0 index here. Okay, so here you have written the code. After that what you are doing, you are going to the you are going to the terminal. First you are doing what, you are compiling your code. After compiling your code, you are saying ki, hey, Java first. Okay, in order to run the bytecode, right? After that what you are saying, whatever I will write after Java first will be your command line argument. So here I am writing let's upgrade. Okay, let's upgrade, and after that again I am writing session. Okay, let's upgrade session here. Okay, so let's hit on the run button and let's see the output now. So here you can see what you are getting, let's upgrade hello world, right? Why you are not getting session? Because you have printed the data at 0 index, right? So what will happen here? Here you are saying ki, hey, let's upgrade will be stored at the 0 index here, and your session will be stored at the first index here. Okay, and the moment you are saying ki, hey, system.out.println args 0, and you are saying ki, hey, system.out.println args 1. So now you are printing the data at 0 index and you are printing the data at first index, right? So what you will do here, again what you have to do, compile the code and you have to execute Java first to run the code. After that let's upgrade session. Okay, let's upgrade will be the data stored at 0 index, session will be the data stored at first index, right? So here again you can see this time you are getting the data at 0 index, that is let's upgrade, that is this line, the first line system.out.println args 0. After that you are getting session, that is second line system.out.println args 1. After that you are getting hello world on the output screen. Yeah. Anyone else has any doubt? Why need return? Okay. Why need return? Way argument is important. Okay. This is a prototype here. 1 minute here, guys. Yeah. Okay. This one. And after that, let's remove this part. I hope you are able to get the point. What is command line argument here? And this prototype is important. Prototype is important. Why this prototype is important? Because here you are saying ki, hey, inside the JVM you have this prototype. When the JVM will run, JVM is what? Your software, right? When the JVM will run, my JVM will call public static void main. It will go to the source code and it will check where public static void main is written. And from public static void main string asks, your actual execution will start, right everyone? No, it is not correct. Args 0 comma 1 is it correct? Okay. After that, these all basic. Can you explain the topic? Okay. Okay. Let's upgrade session. Okay. Okay. And after that, why need return? Okay. So here again, you are saying ki, hey, public static void main is what? Your function. And function, the functionality of function is what? It performs certain task and give me certain output. Here, I don't want any output. That's why I am returning nothing. And when you are returning nothing, you have to make your return type. You have to make your function return type as void. Okay, everyone? So there are all basic. Okay, tech tutorial, it is basic because there are people who have doubt in the basic also. Okay, so we are trying to cover the basic first. Okay, error. Okay, so let's move to the second part now. Hello or only. So yeah, so this is public static void means. Hope you are getting the concept right. Okay, you are saying args 0 comma 1. If you will try to print args 0 comma 1, you will get the error here. Okay, let's see this one. You are saying args 0 comma 1, right? This one. Please try to check by yourself. Okay, 0 comma 1 here, and you are saving the program, and you are saying first compile the program. You can see you are getting the error at the compile time. My compiler is saying ki, hey, this is not possible. This is not the correct grammar of, this is not the correct rule of Java. Okay, so please try to run by yourself. Okay, you will get the clear idea. So let's move to the second part now. That is, okay, and yeah, you can define your command line argument like this also, the second way, and like this also, right? That is string args, and after that the square bracket, right? Like this also you can make your command line argument. Okay, okay, so let's move to the next topic now. Okay, here we have variable. Okay, we have variable. So guys, what is variable? So here you can see the definition of variable here. That is, variable in Java is a data container that stores the data value during Java program execution. Okay, during Java program execution. This is the definition part. Let's see why we need variable. Okay, so here you are saying, hey, in the IT field, I have to deal with a humongous amount of data, right? I have to deal with the humongous amount of data. So here you are saying, ki, hey, I have the data. I have to process the data, right? I have to process the data. And in order to process the data, you are saying, ki, hey, I have to write the program in C, C++, or Java, in any high level language. Okay, you are writing the program. And in the program, you are saying, hey, in order to process the data, I have to first store the data, right? I have to first store the data. So in order to store the data, you have to use certain data structure, that is your array, linked list, tag, queue, depending on the use case. Here we are discussing about variables. So we are saying ki hey, in order to store, let's suppose 10. In order to store, let's suppose 10. Okay, I have the data 10. I have to perform addition on this 10. So I have to create a program, and in that program I am saying ki hey, I have to store this 10. So in order to store this 10, I have to create a variable, because variable is a container that hold the data inside it. Okay, so that you can use that data in the future of your in the future for certain processing, right? So here everyone is getting the point why we need variable, right everyone? Yeah. So here guys, you are saying ki hey, let's discuss about we are clear with the why part, right? Why we need the variable. To process the data, we have to hold the data, we have to store the data in the computer memory. That's why we need to make a variable. Let's come to the syntax part, how to create a variable. Okay, so let's assume here you are saying ki hey, the data here is what? 10. Okay, the data here is 10, and 10 is what? Integer type of data. Integer type of data, right? So you are saying ki hey, first I have to write the data type. Okay, first I have to write the data type. After that, space variable name. Okay, variable name, and yeah, you are done with it. Okay, here you have created a variable, here you have declared a variable. Okay, here you are saying ki hey, since I have to store integer type of data, so my data type will be integer. And here I am saying ki hey, variable name is num. Here I am taking the identifier, that is my variable name as num. And after that, what I am doing, I am saying ki hey, I have to hold the data 10 inside me. Okay, so num is equal to 10. Okay, so what has happened? I have hold the data 10 inside my container num. So what will happen behind the scene? Let's see. So the moment these two lines will get executed, what will happen? Okay, again let's come back to the this part here, this one. So you are saying ki hey, I have the computer memory, this is my computer memory. Okay, this is my computer memory, and yeah, and inside the computer memory, what you are doing, you are declaring a variable num of type int, right? So here my system already know ki integer occupies 4 byte. Okay, my system already know integer occupy 4 byte. Integer occupy 4 byte inside my computer memory, inside my computer memory. Okay, then you will say hey, what is byte? What is byte then? Okay, you are saying hey, in order to measure the distance, you are measuring the distance in what? In kilometer, right? Or meter. And you are saying hey, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. Similarly, in order to measure the space in the computer memory, you have to use byte. Okay, and 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay, 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay, so here byte is clear, and after that here you are saying ki hey, my computer, my system, okay, my system knows integer occupies 4 byte inside my computer memory. Integer occupies 4 byte inside my computer memory. So what will happen? Int num is equal to 10. So here you are saying ki hey, first line, okay, here you are having int num, 1 minute, yeah, here int num, and after that num is equal to 10, like this. Okay, so first line will get executed, that is int num. The moment int num will get executed, here my computer, my system will say ki okay, 4 byte will get allocated to this variable num. 4 byte will get allocated to this variable num. Okay, to this variable num, and what will happen? This the total space here is 4 byte. This is 4 byte here. Okay, 4 byte. This one. Okay, this one 4 byte here. And after that you are saying ki hey, there will be some starting address for this computer memory. There will be some starting address for this memory block. Okay, And this starting address, the address in the computer memory will be in hexadecimal format. Okay, the address in the computer memory will be in hexadecimal format. Okay, first point. And here I am saying ki, hey, let's assume the starting address of the memory block is 700. Okay, I am assuming the starting address of the memory block is 700A. Okay, and inside this memory block, by default, you have like you are executing the first line, so by default 0 will be stored in a binary format. Binary format means that is in 0 and 1 format your data will be stored inside the computer memory. Okay, inside the memory block. Okay, after that you are saying ki, hey, after that this line will get executed, that is line number 2. Num is equal to 10. Num is equal to 10. So you are saying ki, hey, num means this address, my system will go to this address, and in this address my system will update the value from 0 to 10, from 0 to 10. And again this data 10 will be stored in a binary format. Okay, binary format. Okay, binary format like this. So this is a processing. Okay, what happened behind the scene? Anyone has any doubt? 10 store in nums. And yeah, if I will say ki, hey, one more thing here. Okay, yeah, 700A. Everyone is clear till this point? Address is in hexadecimal format. Your data will be stored in a binary format, and this happened behind the scene. My system know integer occupy 4 byte, right? So it will allocate 4 byte of memory block in the computer memory, right? And yeah, let's see now. Here you are saying ki, hey, like this also. First, here what you are doing, you are first declaring the variable, and after that what you are doing, you are initializing the data inside the variable, right? Initialization. Okay, you can do both the thing, that is declaring and initialization, in one line also, like this. Int num is equal to 10. This is also there. Okay, here we are doing what, we are declaring and initializing at the same time. So this 10 is my data. Here equal to is my assignment operator. Here equal to is my assignment operator. It is saying ki, hey, data 10 should get stored inside, should get assigned inside my num container. Okay, after that this is integer, and integer is what, my data type. Integer is what, my data type. And this data type is giving me a lot of information. The first information it is giving me is ki, hey, how much memory my data needs. Okay, how much memory block, okay, how much memory will get allocated inside the computer memory. The first information. Okay, here we have integer, so my system know integer occupies 4 byte. Okay, how much memory will get allocated inside the computer memory to store the data, right? To store the data here. And second point is what? Okay, second point is what other information I will get from the data type? Okay, clear, right? Yeah. Okay, the second point, I will get a range of data. Okay, from what particular range to what particular range I can store the data inside the container. Okay, from what particular range to what particular range I can store the data inside the container. How much memory will get allocated inside the how much memory will get allocated inside the computer memory to store the data, and the range of data, right everyone? And here you can see in the diagram also we have the container variable, right? And inside this container we are storing the data. First point. And here you can see we can store different type of data, that is decimal data, integer data, string data. Okay, after that, yeah, we have discussed about this point. And here these are the data types I'm talking about. So here we have two type of, okay, yeah, okay, Yeah. So here data types are two types, that is primitive data types, and the second is non-primitive data type. In primitive data type, we have integer data, we have floating data, floating point data, character data, and boolean data. In integer means what? Integer value, okay? That is byte, short, int, long. Float point means float point means decimal value, that is float and double. We will talk about this primitive one, okay? And here character means character, okay? The alphabets that we are talking about, the character part. And booleans mean true or false, true and false. Boolean means true and false. Apart from that, we have non-primitive data type, that is classes, interfaces, arrays, and string, okay? Arrays and string here. So let's discuss about the primitive data type here. Okay, here this one. Here we have the range also, okay? This one you can see in this diagram. If you are making the variable as byte, okay, if you are saying here the data type of the variable is byte, then it means it will occupy 1 byte, and the range of value that gets stored inside that container will be from -128 to 127. And if you are not initializing anything, then by default 0 will get stored, right? Similarly for short, if you are saying hey, my variable is of short type, then it will occupy 2 byte, and this is the range here. And by default the data stored inside your computer memory, inside your memory block, will be 0 here, okay? Similarly for integer occupies 4 byte, and this is a range here. This is a range here, that is -2 into 10 to the power 9 to 2 into 10 to the power 9. This is a range here. From this range to this range, you can store the data inside your memory block of integer type. If you are storing the data that is exceeding this range, you will get the error. You will get the error, okay? Why you will get the error? I will come to this point, okay? After that, long 8 byte, it will occupy 8 byte inside your computer memory, okay? This is a range here, and yeah, by default 0 here, okay? Float, that means decimal type of data, okay? And float occupies 4 byte, and this is a range here, okay? You don't have to learn each and every range, okay? You just have to know yes, integer occupy 4 byte of memory inside my computer memory, and the range is from -2 into 10 to the power 9 to 2 into 10 to the power 9, okay? After that, float and double are same. The difference is what? Float occupy 4 byte and double occupy 8 byte. And there is one more difference between float and double, that is in float you have you can store up to 6 to 7 decimal digit, okay? Up to 6 to 7 decimal digit, okay? And in double you are having 15 to 16 decimal digit, okay? You can store up to 16 to 17 decimal digit. So here you are having float, double, boolean occupies 1 bit, and here you are having true or false as your data, and by default false is stored inside your memory block, okay? Character occupies 2 byte, character occupies 2 byte, and here you are saying ki hey, by default it is empty, okay? By default it is empty here. So these are all data types, okay? So what is an object data type? Okay, so what is an object data type? So guys, you have to create a class. After creating a class, you are creating the object. That object is what? User defined data type, right? If I need to all this. Okay, Leon, you are having a lot of doubt, right? So basically what happened, Leon, here, okay, you have to go step by step, okay? You cannot jump from the basic part to the directly to the advanced part, right? First you have to be clear with the basic part, and if you are clear with the fundamental part, then it is very easy to excel the advanced part, because in the advanced part you have to just connect the doubt. Whatever you have learned in the basic part, that part you have to take and you have to apply, okay, Leon? So here, let's try to see some part here, okay? Integer, and we are discussing about this one, data type, right? And after that, We have discussed about this one. Let's try to create one program. Okay, theory is enough. Let's try to create one program and see here. Okay, so here you are saying ki hey, 1 minute. Okay, this time I will use what? An ID here. Okay, the ID here I will use here is my Eclipse. Okay, so what you have to do? You have to go Eclipse, download. Okay, from here you have to download the Eclipse, that is any version. Here the version is x86 or 64-bit. So this version you have to install from here. The moment you will install the package, the moment you will open the package, you will get this type of screen here. This screen here. 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. This screen you will get. Okay, this one. From here you have to just click next, and after launching the Eclipse you are done with it. Okay, after launching the Eclipse you are done with it. Okay, and you will get this kind of interface after that. Here I have the Eclipse. Okay, and like what Eclipse provide us, first thing is it provides us what? It provides the program, it provides the files in a structured format, and it provides a lot of feature, that is we can compile and we can execute the program in one go. Okay, there are like you get the whole UI here. Okay, so here you will get this kind of interface, and from this kind of interface you have to go to the file. From the file you have to go to the new. From the new, you have to go to the Java project. Click on the Java project. Here you have to create a project. Let's create the project as Java Bootcamp Essentials. Okay, essential here. Okay, here, and after that you have to click on the finish button. The moment you will click on the finish button, you will get the folder structure here. Okay, you will get the folder structure here. Inside the source folder, just delete this one. Okay, there is no use of this file here. Okay, after deleting it, right click on the source folder, and from here you have to click on the new. From the new you have to click on the class. Okay, on the class here, and here I am saying ki hey, I have to create a class. Let's say the name of the class is main, or main, or calculation. Okay, calci here, and I want to include public static void main inside my class, because I know this is the entry point of the execution. So I am clicking public static void main here. So I have to click on the finish, and the moment I will click on the finish, you can see a file calci.java is created here, and you are already getting the template of the class, that is calci class here, and you are getting the prototype also, right? And inside this prototype you have to write the code. Okay, inside this prototype you have to write the code. So here let's create a variable. Okay, here you are saying ki, hey, I have to store the data 10. Okay, and on this data 10, what I have to do? Let's perform a simple operation here. Okay, let's perform addition on this data 10 first. Okay, and after that we will move to some complex example. Okay, so here you are saying ki, hey, int num is equal to 10. Okay, int num is equal to 10. This is the data 10 that will be stored inside the container num of integer type. Okay, of integer type. After that you are saying ki, hey, what you want? You want to do addition. You want to do addition on this data 10. So you are saying ki, hey, okay, first what I will do? I will retrieve the data from the container, and in order to retrieve the data from the container, I have to use the variable name. Okay, num. And after that you have to perform addition. So I'm using the addition operator here, and after that here you are saying ki, hey, I have to add 30 to it. So I am done with it. That is num plus 30, and I will get some result. I will get some result from this operation, and I want to store this result inside some other container. So what I will do? I will create one more container, that is int result. Okay, int result. And after that what I want? I want to print the data on the output screen. System.out.println. And here you are saying ki, hey, since I want to print the data from the variable, I don't want to print any English sentence on the output screen. I just want to print the data from the variable. I will not use double quote. I will directly write result here. Okay. And I am done with it. I am done with it. Let's try to run the program here. Okay. Let's try to see what output I will get. First, let's see what happened behind the scene now. Okay. So here, 1 minute here, guys. This one, right? And yeah, this is your paint here. File, new, don't save here. And here you are saying key. Yeah. You have the computer memory. Okay. You have the computer memory. The moment you hit on the run button, compiler will compile the code. You get the byte code. That byte code will be done by the JVM. JVM is a software that will call your public static void main function. Okay. So you will come at line number 4. You will come at line number 4 because your public static void main is written at line number 4. Okay. After that, you will come at line number 8. You will come at line number 8. Okay. These are what? These are all comment. These are all comments. So these will not get executed. Okay. So you will come at line number 8. And at line number 8, what you are doing? You are creating a variable num of integer type and you are storing data 10. So what will happen here? First, computer will go inside the computer memory. This is your computer memory here. Okay. First, my computer will go inside the computer memory and it will check where 4 byte of memory block is free. Okay. It will go and it will check where 4 byte of memory block is free. So let's assume here 4 byte of memory block is free, and let's assume the starting address of this memory block is 910. Okay. So my computer will say, hey, since this 4 byte of memory block is free, so I will store the data 10 inside this memory block, and this data 10 will be stored in a decimal format first point, and this is your num. Okay, this is your num here. Everyone is getting the point. After that, you are saying int result is equal to num plus 30, right? So int result is equal to num plus 30. So here equal to is what? Your assignment operator. So in the programming in Java, what happens? First, the right hand side will get executed, and after performing the result, after getting the result, that result will be stored on the left hand side. Okay. So here I have an assignment operator. First, my system will say, okay, I will execute the right hand side. So right hand side is what? Num plus 30. So num is what? Here you can see num is 10. So my system will fetch the data 10 from the container num, and on 10 it will add 30. So 10 plus 30, I will get 40. And after executing the right hand side and after getting the result 40, I want to store 40 in the left hand side part. The left hand side part is what? I am creating a variable. I am creating a variable result. So what will happen? Again, here in the computer memory, again, since result is what? A variable of integer type. So again, my system will say, okay, I will allocate 4 byte to you. I will allocate 4 byte to you. And here, this is my result. And inside this result, I want to store the result of the right hand side. That is num plus 30, right? Num plus 30. That is 40 I will store inside the memory block. This memory block that is starting with the address 1020. Okay, that is starting with the address 1020, and again this address will be in hexadecimal format, and again this data that is stored inside the computer memory will be in binary format. Okay, so here we have created our program and we are done with it. After that, what we are doing, we are saying at line number 11 system.out.println result. So result means my system will go to this address that is 1020. Okay, my system will say he this result is this address, right? That is 1020. Okay, and my system will say okay, since result is of integer type, so from this address, from this 1020 address, I will read 4 byte, because I know result is of integer data type and integer occupy 4 byte inside the computer memory. So my system will read 4 byte from 1020 till 10204. Okay, the last address will be 1024, right? 1024. Okay, so from 1020 it will read till 1024. Okay, and I will get the data 40 and I will print the data 40 on the output screen. Okay, and I am done with it. Let's try to run the program. In order to run the program, you have to go to the run, and from the run you have to click run here. Okay, or you can use the shortcut ctr plus f11. So here you can see I am getting the result 40 on the output screen, right everyone? Yes or no? Can you show us one more time how you created the class in Eclipse? Okay, so how I have created the class in Eclipse, you have to first go to the source folder, right click on the source folder. Okay, right click on the source folder here like this, and from here you have to go to the new, to the class. Here you have to write the name of the class. After writing the name of the class, let's suppose the name of the class is swap here, and you have to include the entry point, that is public static void main function. Okay, and you are done with it, and you have created a class like this. Okay, anything else? Can you show one more where when you create the class there is an option you have to check for args? Anything else apart from this, guys? You have doubt, please ask. Okay, how to create a variable, what happened behind the scene. Okay, let's take one more example. The problem statement now is you have to write a program. Okay, simple program. I hope like most of you have heard about this program. Write a program to swap two number, okay, two number. Can you guys write in the chat how I can do this program? Okay, write a program to swap two number. Anyone? So here let's assume I have two numbers, that is data 10 and data 20. So in order to perform some operation on that data, I have to first store the data inside the variable. So here I am creating two variables, that is num1 is equal to 10 and int num2 is equal to 20. Right everyone? This one. And after that I have to perform swapping on the data. That means after swapping, if I am printing num1, I should get 20, and if I am printing num2, I should get 10. Anyone? Okay, the basic approach, the brute force approach. Okay, coding India, I want the brute force approach. Okay. Okay, so here tech tutorial is saying a is equal to b, b is equal to a. Okay, and use assignment operators to swap. Okay, so let's come to the first part. Okay, like most of you are saying a is equal to b, b is equal to a, right? So here, guys, can you tell me what will happen here? Num1 is equal to num2. Okay, num2 is equal to num1. Okay, this approach you are saying, and you are saying ki, hey, I am done with it. And if I will write system dot out dot println, okay, println here, and you are saying num1, and if I have to print two variable data in a single line using system dot out dot println, I have to use this plus operator. Okay, here like this num2. Okay, I am printing num1 space num2 on the output screen. Okay, let's see what happened behind the scene. Okay, let's see what happened behind the scene if I am executing this code here. Okay, so here you are saying ki, hey, okay, we will come to this part. Okay, we will come to this part why we are using temp here. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, but we should know why this is wrong and why we are using temp here. Okay, so here you are saying ki, again new, don't save here, and yeah, you have the computer memory. When the moment you are hitting on the run button, compiler will compile the code. You will get the byte code that will be run on the JVM is an interpreter that will read the byte code, and it will convert the byte code to the machine code, right? And my JVM, inside the JVM, I have the prototype, that is public static void main, and I know this is the entry point. So my execution will start from line number 6. It will go to line number 8. At line number 8, what I am doing, I am creating a variable num1. So what will happen? My system will say, okay, num1 is of integer type, so I will allocate 4 byte inside my computer memory. And let's assume this is a 4 byte that will be allocated to num1 here. Okay, that will be allocated to num1 here. And after that, you are saying ki, hey, this is num1 here. Okay, and let's assume the starting address of this memory block is 702. Okay, and inside this 10 will be stored. After that, you are saying ki, hey, line number 12, that is line number 9, that is int num2 is equal to 20. Again, my computer will say ki, okay, you want one more container, this is your second container, and this container name is num2 here. And again, the starting address of this container will be, let's assume 910. Okay, and the data I'm storing inside this container is 20 here. Okay, I'm done with it. After that, you are saying ki at line number 11, num1 is equal to num2. Num1 is equal to num2. The moment you will write num1 is equal to num2, so what will happen here? You have the assignment operator. So my system will say ki, okay, first what I will do, first I will execute the right hand side part, that is num2. I will get the data from the num2, and this num2 data I will store inside the num1. Okay, so here what will happen, inside num2 20 is present, so first I will fetch 20 from here, and what I will do, the assignment operator, I will assign this 20 inside num1. So what will happen, you are overriding the data, you are not preserving the data inside num1, you are losing the data inside 10. Okay, so what will happen, this 20 will be stored inside num1, and at line number 12 you are saying num2 is equal to num1. So what will happen here, guys, you are saying ki, hey, num1 is what, right hand side, num1 is what, 20. Again, you are saying 20 should store inside num2. So in the first operation at line number 11, you have lost the data of num1. You have not preserved the data. Okay, so I got the error. I am saying ki, hey, since I have to preserve the data at line number 11, what I will do, I will create one more variable, int 10. And I am saying ki, hey, I will first preserve the data of num1 like this. Okay, I have preserved the data of num1, and after that I'm saying ki, hey, num2 ka data please go inside num1. And after that I'm saying ki, hey, since I want the data of num1 and the data of num1 is preserved inside the container temp, so here I will use the container temp here. Okay, everyone, so I'm done with it, right? I'm done with it here. And you are saying ki, hey, now what will happen, here you have data 10, 20, and at line number 11 you are saying ki, I'm creating one more container, that is temp, right everyone, that is temp here. And let's assume the starting address of the temp is 1040. Okay, and yeah, inside temp what you are preserving, you are preserving the data 10 that is stored inside num1 container. After that you are saying ki, here at line number 12, num1 is equal to num2. Okay, so num2 ka data, this num2 ka data will be stored inside num1. So my num1 data will be lost, and here 20 will be stored. After that you are saying num2 is equal to 10, because you have preserved the data, so this 10 will be stored inside your num2. Okay, this data 10 will be stored inside your num2. So you have done the swapping part, and you are saying ki, hey, system.out.println num1 and num2. So here you are swapping two number with the help of using a third container, with the help of using a third variable, that is temp. Right everyone, let's save the program here. Let's try to run the program now. Run. Okay, you can see num1, for num1 you are getting 20, and for num2 now you are getting 10. So you have successfully swapped the data, right? Okay, so this is the reason. Okay, so first you have to go to the boot. Okay, if like those who know the program, they know ki, hey, I have to use a variable temp. But why you need to use a variable temp, that is the actual question, right? So this is the working behind it. Okay, this one. Okay, so here after that, if the interviewer will ask you ki, hey, I don't want to use this temp, I don't want to use this third variable temp, I have to swap two number without using the third variable. Okay, without using the third variable. So you are saying ki, hey, since I don't want to use the third variable, so I will remove line number 11. Okay, I don't have the power of creating a new container. Okay, I have just two container, and I have to think of the solution with the help of the two container. So you are saying ki, hey, since I'm not able to create a new container, and I have to somehow preserve the data of num1. Okay, I have to somehow preserve the data of num1. So you are saying ki, hey, let's use some basic math. Okay, let's use some basic math now. Okay, so now what will happen, like most of you are saying ki, hey, now I have to use a plus b and b minus a, right? In the chat, coding India, you are saying, right? Yeah. So you are saying a plus b, a minus b, and yeah, a is equal to a minus b. Okay. So this intuition you will not get for the first time. Okay. If anyone is solving this question, that is write a program to swap two number without using the third variable, in the first go you will not get the intuition key. You have to use a basic math. Okay. So it is clear. It is like clear. Like if you are not getting the intuition, you don't have to go depressed. Okay. You have to see like you get the intuition. If in the future if I will get the same problem, I have to solve that problem using that method. Okay. So here you are saying key now you have to use just two containers, that is num1 plus num2. So here what I am doing, first I am writing num1 is equal to num1 plus num2. Okay. So the moment I will write num1 is equal to num1 plus num2, because I don't have to use the third container, so I'm using the basic math here. Okay. So here what will happen, 10 plus 20, that is 30 will get stored inside num1. Okay. 30 will get stored inside num1. Here you have this one, right? Yeah, you don't have to use the third variable, and you are saying ki, hey, 30 will get stored inside num1 here. Okay. So you are performing some basic math, and you can see ki you are storing the result of num1 and num2 in this result. Okay. Because this result comes from num1 ka data and num2 ka data, right? After that you are saying ki, hey, somehow I have to store 10 inside this container. So here you are saying ki, hey, I have 20 and here I have 30. So if I will minus 30 with 20, then I will get 10 here. Then I will get 10 here. So let's do the subtraction here. Let's do the subtraction here. That is num2 is equal to num1 minus num2. Okay. Num1 minus num2. So here you are saying num1 is what? 30 minus 20, right? 30 minus 20. So you will get 10 here now. So inside num2, you are getting 10. You are getting 10, and you are saying ki, hey, now what I have to do? I have to subtract 30 with 10. So what I will get here? I will get 20. So I have successfully swapped the number without creating the third variable with the help of basic math here. Okay. So here what you have to do? Again, you have to write num1 is equal to num2. Sorry, num1 is equal to num1 minus num2, right everyone? And I am done with it, right? And I am done with it here. Let's try to run the program here. Okay. So you can see I have successfully saved the result. I have successfully got the result here, right everyone? Okay, so this is a third way of swapping the number. So here again, similarly for integer, you are creating an integer data here. Similarly, if you have to create a float data, okay, let's take the example of float. What you have to do? Let's suppose you have to store some decimal value. So what you have to use? You have to use float keyword, float data type, and the name of the variable. Here the name of the variable is var, okay, is equal to 10.6. So what will happen behind the scene? Same process will happen behind the scene. Okay. And one more thing here, you can see I'm getting the error. Why I'm getting the error? Because in Java the decimal value are double by default. In Java, decimal value are double by default. Okay. So here you are saying ki, hey, since this float var 10.6 is not a correct way, here you have to use f. Okay. Here you have to use f. You have to externally tell the system ki, hey, I am storing 10.6 and this 10.6 is of float type. Okay. This 10.6 of float type. Everyone is getting the concept here. Similarly, if you want to store double, so you have to write double here, and you are saying ki double var1 is equal to 10.67. So this time you can see you are not getting any error. You don't have to tell explicitly the system ki, hey, I want to store 10.67, because system is saying ki, hey, since you are using Java and by default the decimal data are of double data type. Okay everyone. So this is the second thing. And yeah, same thing will happen behind the scene. For float, 4 byte will get allocated inside the computer memory. For double, for 8 byte will get allocated inside the computer memory. Okay, similarly for char, okay, similarly for char, 2 byte will get allocated inside the memory. Char ch is equal to, you have to store character value. So character value you have to enclose in single quotes, and you have to write A, B, C, D, anything. Okay, single character you have to write. So what will happen? 2 byte will get allocated inside the computer memory. A will be stored inside that memory block, and all the data, again everything will be stored in a decimal format, that is in 0 and 1 format, because our computer understand machine level language code, right everyone? So like this, you have character, you are saying ki hey boolean is check, and for boolean you have what? True or false. So like this, if you are saying true, then true will be stored inside is check, and if you are saying false, then false will get stored inside is check. Again, I will take 5 more minutes, okay, and after that we will end our session. So here we have one more thing that I have to discuss here. This one. So you will say ki hey, this one, right? Variable, this one. So you are saying ki hey, then what is short int byte? Okay, like when I have to use short, when I have to use byte, when I have to use integer. Okay, because here long, integer, short, byte, all these 4 data types are used to store integer value. But where is the real life explanation of this one? So if you want to store, here you can see here, for integer, the range is -2 into 10 to the power 9 to 2 into 10 to the power 9. If the data is exceeding this range, then you cannot store the data inside integer. Okay, let's take one example here. You are saying ki hey, I have a basket. Okay, I have a basket. Okay, I have a container. This is my container here, and yeah, this container is used to, like, the capacity of this container is 4 liter. The capacity of this container is 4 liter, right? 4 liter. And inside this 4 liter container, you are saying ki hey, I can store maximum 4 liter of water. Okay, I can store maximum 4 liter of water here. Liter of water. The moment I will try to store more water than the capacity, what will happen? My water will overflow. Okay, my water will overflow. So here you can see you are storing the water. There are some water stored, but here let's assume you are storing 8 liter of water now. So what will happen? 4 liter of water will get stored, but 4 liter of water will get overflowed here. So if the next person will come and it will say ki hey, how much water you have stored inside the container, so the next person will say ki hey, you have stored 4 liter of water here. Okay, so you are getting the result, but you are getting some wrong answer here, because you are not preserving the data of the overflowed water, that is the 4 liter of water that is overflowed, right everyone? The same concept you have to use here also. Here you are saying ki hey, since my computer memory, this is my memory block, and this memory block acquires 4 byte. Okay, and here the range is what? The range of integer is what, guys? It is from -2 into 10 to the power 9 to 2 into 10 to the power 9. The moment you will try to store data that is greater than 10 to the power 9, let's suppose you have to store phone number, and phone number is what? Of 10 digit. Phone number is what? Of 10 digits. So you are saying ki hey, since it is of 10 digits, so I cannot store that 10 digit inside my integer container, because what will happen if I will try to store 10 digit here? Let's suppose ki this is a container, and here you are having the name of the container as phone number. Okay, and you are saying ki hey, there will be some address. Let's assume ki the address is 800 here. Okay, the address is 800 here, and you are trying to store the phone number, that is 965123456. Okay, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, right? So this data you want to store inside the container, right? This one. And here, since integer occupies 4 byte, and since the range of integer is what? From -2 into 10 to the power 9 to 2 into 10 to the power 9. So what will happen? what will happen? The moment you will try to access the data of this container, the moment you will try to access the data of this container, what will happen behind the scene? My system will say, okay, this data is stored at this address, that is at 800 address. So my system will read just 4 byte. My system will read just 4 byte of data. So in the 4 byte, whatever data is stored, that data value will get printed on the output screen. And whatever data that is overflowed, data that is overflowed, that data will not get printed. So you will get answer, but you will get a wrong answer here, because here my system is saying ki phone number is of integer type and integer occupies 4 byte. So I will read from 800 till 804. Okay, I will not read any extra data. You guys are getting it? Okay, you guys are getting it? Why? The same concept, the container concept you are using here. And this data will be stored in what? In decimal format. So first, what will happen? 4 byte, my system will read. Okay, whatever data, whatever decimal value, whatever binary data I will get. My computer store binary data, whatever binary data I will get, that data will be converted again to integer format, right? And here just this data will be converted. This data will be converted to integer format, and here this data will be left behind. Okay, because here your data is overflowing. So you are saying ki, hey, what is the solution? Here you are saying ki, hey, I have to use 8 liter of water. So why I am using 4 liter of container? I have to use a container of 8 liter. I have to use container of 8 liter in order to preserve the water. So similarly here also you have to use a memory block of 8 byte. Here also you have to use a memory block of 8 byte, and in order to allocate memory block of 8 byte, you have to use the data type as long here. You have to use the data type as long here. You guys are getting the point? Okay, when you have to store data of like that is exceeding 10 to the power 9, then you have to use some large container here. Okay, and similarly you are saying ki, okay, I understand the long part, I understand the integer part, then what about short and byte? Like when I can use short and byte? So you are saying ki, hey, short and byte are what? You can see the range from -128 to 127. So if someone will say, if the interviewer will ask you ki, hey, you want to store the age of a number and you want to optimize the space, you want to store the age of the number, you want to optimize the space, so you will say ki, hey, since the age of a number will never exceed 200, let's suppose the age of a number will never exceed 200, and since I want to optimize the space, so I can use byte or short. Byte will take 1 byte in the computer memory, short will take 2 byte in the computer memory. But if I am using integer, if I am using long, then I am using extra space. And since I know there is a limited range, that my age will never go beyond 200, so why I am using extra space? I will go with byte and short. So guys, this is a use case of byte, short, long, int, float, double, right? And yeah, this is all for today's session. So any doubt you have, sir? Will you also teach like 2 GB RAM? Yeah. So this is about the variable part, the data type part. If you have any doubt, please write in the chat. Yeah, please write in the chat. And now let's take a look on our full stack program here. So here you can see, guys, here in the description you have the link. Okay, the first link is of the attendance link. From this attendance link you have to click, and yeah, on clicking the attendance link you have to sign in. Okay, so here let's sign in. 1 minute. Yeah, so okay, so here what you have to do, you have to, okay, where was the attendance link here? Telegram schedule. So mark attendance, right, everyone? So from here you can see mark attendance. From here you can rate the session. From here, if you are interested in the 6-month Let's Upgrade full stack program, yes. Okay, after that, from here, if you want any improvement, you can give the improvement. So here I don't want any improvement, nothing, and after that attendance is submitted. And apart from that, if you are interested in the full stack program, if you want to learn the front end part, if you want to learn the back end part, how to connect the front end with the back end part, how to store the actual data. Here I am just storing the temporary data inside my variable, okay? But you want to store the actual data, you can go enroll in this full stack program, okay? So what you can do here in this link, you can see enroll in our full stack data science or enroll in our full stack web development program. Okay, let's assume I want to enroll in our full stack web development program here. So I have to click the link. You will be redirected to this page here. Okay, so in this page here, you can see the session will be 100% live. 6-month program. In this program, you will learn about the front end part, the back end part, okay, and the DSA part. In the DSA part, you will learn about the problem solving skills, when to use which data structure, when to optimize the space, what do you mean by the time complexity here, everything we will discuss in that full stack program. And yeah, guys, it is an amazing opportunity here. You will get the one-to-one mentorship. Here I have one-way communication. There you can ask the doubt in the live session. If you have still the doubt, you can ask, you can reschedule the doubt session, and with the mentor, you can get the doubt cleared, right? And the fees is like very less here. You can see it is just 36,600, and yeah, you can take the EMI option here also, okay? And apart from that, yeah, you also get the certificate, and yeah, that certificate will be affiliated with the NSDC, that is National Skill Development Corporation, okay? ITM EduTech Training Private Limited, okay? So the main thing is what? You will get the knowledge, okay? And apart from that, these all amazing project you will make in your 6-month program, okay? And if you want some extra project, if you want, hey, I want to work on some different project, then there will be the full support from the mentor, there will be the full support from the team, okay everyone? And yeah, you can see all these projects you have to make here. And apart from that, these are some highlights of our session, of our this program, that is one-to-one weekly personal mentorship you will get, okay? All the classes will be live, you will get the recorded session, 100% job placement support you will get, okay? There will be hackathon and competition, okay? And yeah, here, this one, right? This one, okay? So the next batch is starting from 12th November. So if you are interested, you can enroll in this batch, okay? You will get to learn about many new things, okay? If you want, like, if you are clear, yes, I want to go to the web development program, then first step is what? You should be clear with the aim, what aim you have in your mind, right? After that, you have to take a structured path, okay? Everything is available on YouTube, but there everything is not available in the structured format. Here we have the structured format. Here we have the 100% live session. Here we have the one-to-one mentorship session, okay? 15 different and amazing project we have. And yeah, you can use the discount coupon here, that is AY10, to get 10% extra discount, right everyone? So guys, this is all for today's session. And apart from that, yeah, in the tomorrow session we will go deep into the control statement topic. Why control statement, how control statement, and what control statement, okay? When to use control statement, all things we will discuss in the next session, okay? So guys, thank you everyone for attending this session. Hope I'm able to clear most of the doubt. If you still have any doubt, please write in the chat, okay? I will discuss in the next session, okay? Thank you everyone.